Hello everyone, and welcome to our short sunset yoga session for today. Meet me in the center of your mat, and we're going to begin with our first pose. So extending out your left leg towards the left edge of the mat. Right foot comes to left inner thigh. Reach your left peace fingers around the big toe, wrapping the right arm behind the back towards the hip on the left side. Lean over, slightly pulling with your left arm towards those toes. Gaze is up and towards the right side, really opening through the right side body here, allowing the chest to open and also getting a nice little twist through the back, through the spine. Inhale, come back up, and let's repeat that on the other side. So extend out the right leg this time towards that right edge, left foot to right inner thigh, right peace fingers around the big toe, left arm behind the back reaching for the right hip, pulling the head and the arm down, gaze is up and towards that left side, again opening through the side body, through the chest and twisting out through the spine. You'll also get a nice little stretch in the front of the left shoulder, also underneath the armpit too. Hold for another inhale and exhale, rise. Let's make our way to the back of our mat in a kneeling position, getting ready for our child's pose. Inhale, take the arms up towards the sky, open through the chest, and exhale, fold down, reach the arms along the mat. Forehead comes down towards the mat, chest sinks down. Hold here for a few deep inhales and exhales, allowing the body to relax and become calm. Rise up into a plank position, knees are off the mat. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, untuck the toes. Thighs and hips stay off the mat, gaze is up. Hold for a breath. Exhale, downward facing dog, tailbone to the sky. Allow the chest to open, maybe walk out the dog here. Find a little bit of mobility in the back of those legs. Wonderful. When you're ready, lift the right leg up towards the sky slightly, coming into a half three-legged dog. Tuck the knee in towards the chest and step that foot forward, coming into low lunge. Left knee comes down to the mat. Just hold here in this low lunge, lifting up your chest so that it points towards the sky. Maybe come up onto the tiptoes on the right side just to get an extra deep stretch. Lovely. You can pulse up and down here too, just to really activate the stretch. Then take your left hand to the other side of that right foot. Lift the right arm to the sky, gaze to the sky, and if you like, you can lift that left knee up off the mat. Stacking the shoulders, keeping the hips square. Hold for another breath here. Really feel that twist through the belly, through the spine. Exhale, come back down into our low lunge. Step back into a one-legged plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lovely. Hold for a breath. Then make our way back into downward facing dog. Allow the chest to open, lengthening through the spine. Walk out the dog a little bit here. Then kick that left leg up off the mat, bring it in towards the chest and step it forward between the hands. Right knee comes down. Again, you can come up onto the left hip toes or just pulse up and down. Find that little stretch through the hip. Feel that release. Allow the body to relax here and get that flexibility. Another breath. And then let's take that right hand to the other side of the left foot. Left arm comes to the sky, gazes up. Lift off the back knee if you'd like. Feel that deep twist through the digestive system, through the stomach, through the spine. Hold for another breath. Lower the back knee down, low lunge. Step back into one-legged plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Hold for a breath here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely. Hold for a few deep inhales and exhales. And then when you're ready, we're going to hop and jump so that we land on our sit bones. Wonderful. When you meet me here, make your way to the center of your mat. We're going to come into our lotus pose. So taking each heel to the opposite hip so that they meet, sitting at the front of your sit bones. Reach around your back for the opposite big toe with the peace fingers, and then from here you can fold like this. It may look a little silly, almost like you're a contortionist. It feels really great, and it's really great for detoxifying out the shoulders, the arms, and it's good for the hips as well. Hold for another inhale. Exhale, rise. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky, look up, palms together. Exhale, hands come down to the third eye chakra, running down your face and down to the heart in a prayer position. Now stay in your lotus. We're going to really challenge ourselves. Take your hands out in front of you, turn to face the top of the mat. Lift the sit bones up off the top of the mat and drop the hips down, coming into an upward facing dog-like position. Again, this feels a little silly, but it's really, really amazing for decongesting those hips and the lower back. And then we're going to push back into a child's pose-like position. Again, this is challenging your balance, getting into the lower back and still stretching out those hips super deeply. Hold here for another breath. And then you can untuck the legs from this position and come into our full puppy pose, tailbone pointing towards the sky. If you'd like to really upgrade this puppy pose, you can tuck the toes under and lift the knees up off the mat, straightening out the legs, keeping the tailbone pointed up. This is quite intense on the chest. You can just hold this for a second and then come back down. Wonderful, you're doing so well. Come back up into our full point kneeling position when you're ready. Just going to take a few rounds of cat-cow. So lift up the spine towards the sky and then drop the belly down. Maybe moving the head too, tucking the chin into the chest and then releasing. You can wave forward and backwards and just find any movement you like, incorporating the shoulders, the hips. Just feeling this through the whole body. Whole body is relaxed. Coming back into our downward facing dog when you're ready. Tailbone pointing towards the sky. Feel that stretch through the back of the legs. And then we're going to hop back down onto our sit bones. Coming to the top of our mat, still facing towards the front of the mat. Coming into boat pose next. Peace fingers around the big toes and lift those legs up towards the sky, straightening out the legs. You can point the toes or flex them. You can maybe bend one leg and then the other to test your flexibility and your strength. Throw back the head and open through the chest. Release here and take your hands to the outside of the feet. And we're just going to part the legs when we come back into our boat pose. Open through the chest and take the gaze up here, really challenging your core strength and your balance. Take a big deep breath and exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Take the feet together, keeping the knees apart. Hold here for a breath and then lower the feet down towards the mat, coming into our butterfly. Just find a bit of movement in the upper body. So take your arms out in front of you. Then when you inhale, bring the arms up, sit up and take your arms to the sky. Just creating a wave-like motion through the arms, finding that mobility, that sensuality, that spirituality as we stretch out our hips. Just do whatever feels good and really breathe deeply as you move the arms, connecting movement with breath. Then take your hands down towards the knees, pressing into the knees and decompressing the spine as we sit up nice and tall. Then on your next exhale, we're just going to fold forward, coming down onto our forearms or even bringing the forehead down to the mat, allowing the body to relax in this butterfly pose. Hold for just a few more moments, really breathing deeply into this stretch in the hips and the inner thighs. Keeping the back nice and long, nice and flat, folding from the hips. Another deep inhale here. Exhale, let it go. Lovely. When you're ready, let's sit up all the way. Come to the center of your mat to end the practice. Take a deep breath with me in through the nose and exhale, let it go. Namaste, friends.